So, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, as I said, what better way to have an epic, awesome Saturday with someone as badass, awesome, talented, amazing, creative. I mean, the list goes on. To people.
Aw. Thank you.
So, welcome to the show. It is so amazing to have you back here. I mean, already third time, right? This is third time.
Yeah, third time.
Well, that is so cool. I mean, and every single time we chat, it is super epic. I mean, for those who haven't watched this amazing, super talented actress here, I mean, you can watch the first episode. It's on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music, or the Halloween special if you want to feel a little bit spooky here and there. You know what I mean? Also on YouTube or here, or I mean, we have it everywhere. I mean, Chat with Dan is conquering everything little by little. But anyway, so before we start, you know the drill. I have to give you an epic, proper welcome. So.
Thank you very much.
Huh?
Thank you, as always.
Yeah. So tell me, what's new since our last interview? Well, since our last chat, yeah.
Not much. That was in October, so it hasn't been that much that has changed. Our country is shut down again, so we're back to home office.
Okay.
And there's a few acting jobs in the works that I can't talk about just yet, but when I will, I will let you know.
I love it.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Now you also have this very cool lightsaber.
I do have a very cool lightsaber. I'm a big Star Wars geek, and I've been wanting one for ages. So I bought some really cheap ones off eBay first to practice, and then I ordered this one on Black Friday. It's the Saber Zone Master Saber, and I've just taped it because it's just easier to hold. It is the coolest thing ever. I don't know if I can. I'll turn it on for you.
Power on.
See, it's got sounds. Right now it's red.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love it.
I'm messing around with trying to be a Sith Lord and everything, but see, there you go.
That's cool.
Yes. So yeah, it's a good fun. It makes sounds when you twirl it. It makes sounds when you hit stuff, and I love it. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's so interesting because, like, for some of the interviews that I have watched with the actors from Star Wars, I mean, those who use lightsabers, they always say that the first couple hours, it is inevitable that whenever you turn your lightsaber, do the zoom. You know what I mean? It's inevitable for like to make the sound, and whenever they would tell them like, hey, don't do it. They're like, okay, I won't. And the same thing. They start to roll it as you see, and then zoom, same thing. So cool. Yeah, what a big thing.
Gotta love it. It's very cool. I look forward to making more videos and more content with it.
Yeah, definitely do that. I mean, if you haven't watched all of the amazing videos that Nikoline does, what are you doing with your life? I mean, we'll go watch them right now. Binge watch all of the videos, share them with friends. I mean, right now. I mean, you can put pause. Well, you can right now, but you know what I mean. Go watch all of the videos because they're awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, starting with the whole Christmas special, tell me, what do you like the most about Christmas?
It would have to be, and I know it's cheesy to say, but it's kind of like the Christmas spirit and the whole thing of giving. I grew up pretty spoiled, I will say. I had an amazing family, always had a Christmas tree, good Christmas food, all of our family gathered around the tree, lots of presents. But I've always, when I grew up a little bit more and realized that there were sort of, I've always known there has been people who are struggling, but I've become more aware of what I can do to help when I grew up. And I really enjoy helping out and sharing the Christmas spirit and finding new ways to give. My favorite part of Christmas Eve is watching other people open the presents that I give them. So yeah, it's just something about that, and also like the Christmas magic. It's just such a dark time of year here. It's pitch black darkness outside. So having the lights up, the tree, the decorations, it's just cheery. I like it.
Yeah, I agree on that. Also, yeah, I totally agree on that. I think it is the right time to give you, and it is so cool because whenever you do like those acts of kindness, sometimes they feel amazing.
Yeah, they do. And yeah, a friend of mine actually asked me, so do you do them for yourself or do you do them for other people? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to lie and say that I only do them for other people, because the gratification that I get, the feelings that I get from seeing someone else be happy because of something that I've done or contributed to is a really good feeling. So yeah, I'm doing it a little bit for myself as well, of course. You'd be lying if you didn't.
Yeah, I love it. And what are some of the nice things that you can remember back when you were a kid celebrating Christmas?
Yeah. Wait, are you asking me to remember?
Yeah, I'm asking you, like, what are some of the nice things that you can remember back when you were a kid celebrating Christmas?
Well, it was the whole, like, my parents are divorced, so but I have like a big family on both sides still. And my dad's side is bigger because he has 2 sisters and they have their husbands, and then there's all the kids there. So I remember like having all the family gathered, and it was just always a long fun night, like with beautiful food, good memories. The children would be playing, like my cousins, I have so many, and we kind of have a lot. We celebrate Christmas on the 24th in Norway, so we kind of have a lot of traditions. At least in my family, we do. Like you wake up in the morning and you watch Disney. Like there's this Christmas Disney stuff going on, and then we have the 3 Nuts for Cinderella, which is like an old Czechia show, a movie. It's beautiful. You have to watch it. And then there's the Travel to the Christmas Star, which is a Norwegian movie. There's all these stuff that you watch, and then you go get ready, and then you wait while the dinner and everything is being prepared, and then people come in, and then there's this tradition of waiting for this boy choir to sing Christmas in. So whenever they're on TV and they've finished their songs, then we go eat. Then we can open presents. But I really enjoyed all of the little rules around Christmas because it was exciting. You know, it built up on the excitement and the expectations. And even when you're a kid and you're almost vomiting because you just want to open your presents, you're so excited. Having to wait for that is just I think it's a wonderful way to teach your children how to be patient. And
I agree on that. Totally.
Yeah. So, lots of good memories.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's just the best time to like be with family and share time with them, and also like spending time with family that you haven't seen on a long time, or family that you only see like once a year, which is when it's Christmas. So it is so cool to gather and just chat and say funny stories here and there. And I mean, back when you were a kid, you were just focusing on one thing. Gifts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it is so
realize
cool.
When you grow up and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. I am so ashamed. But at the same time, that's kind of the magic for kids. So I'm watching these younger siblings of mine who are still at that point. Well, at least one of them still is. And I want him to experience that. I want him to feel that because, I mean, you don't want to take the childhood away from a child. You want him to be that excited. It's not stressful to listen to all that. Can we open the presents yet? Every 10 minutes throughout the whole day. But you know, I want him to have that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's eating. You're like, yeah, that's good. Can we open the gift now? And then they finish it. I'm like, okay, let's go to the living room. Let's open the Christmas gift. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yep.
It gets crazy. You know, like one of the Christmas that I have, they were. It was actually the first time I got drunk. By the way, like I was like 10. I was like 10, 9 or 10, and I wanted so bad.
Hold on.
Yeah?
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Hear this out. So this is how the story went. So it was Christmas, and then I wanted so bad to open the Christmas gift. Then everybody was like on their own thing, and I wanted so bad to open the gift. So then I got bored, and then there was a bottle of wine, and I was just like, I'm just gonna have a drink, and I started drinking it, and I remember that it was this kind of it was not, I don't even remember if it tastes good or not. I mean, the only thing that my brother tells me is that when they realized the bottle of wine was almost done, and I was just on the floor, head like arms stretched to the floor, and I couldn't like say anything. I was just rambling. I was just done. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I didn't open the Christmas gifts that night because I was sleeping.
Wow. Did you feel bad the next day? Can you remember?
Oh yeah. I do feel bad. I was feeling horrible, and I remember that my father was laughing. He was laughing so hard, and he was saying like, "Yep, that's being adults. I mean, you get drunk, there you go," and it was horrible. That is I think one of the reasons why I don't drink so much. So I have a moment, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. That's a pretty horrific experience early on. That's like, yeah, you're not as curious anymore as you are when you reach your teens and you've been told not to drink alcohol at all for however long.
Yeah. And that story has been in my family for generations and generations. That now. We haven't got together since I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. But the last time we got together, my story came up to the table, of course. They'd be like, "Hey, do you remember this?" Like whenever they would joke with me, like, "Everybody wants to drink. What about you?" And I'm like, "Yes, yeah, haha, funny," stuff like that. So yeah.
Family is great like that.
Yeah, absolutely, and also. Late years happened, and then one of my little cousins at Christmas, he was terrified because he found on internet this thing called, and I heard it back when I was in Germany. It's called Campus.
Yeah.
Oh
yep.
Yeah. When I heard it in Germany, and then I saw it there, and I was like, okay, it looks scary. But then my little cousin was super afraid because of that, and my aunt is now using it. Be like, if you don't behave properly, something bad might happen. And he's like the most he's an angel. So yeah, there you go.
That's nice. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's we don't really have Krampus in Norway either. I guess some do, but I play this game called Don't Starve Together, and there you have Krampus. If you are naughty and kill too many innocent animals, because it's a hunting-gatherer sort of sandbox game, then he will spawn and he will steal everything in your camp, and if you don't kill him, you'll lose everything that you've built, and it's just it's an annoying creature, put it that way. But that one's not great, but it's not bad either.
Yeah. And can you share a memorable gift opening moment from your childhood?
A memorable gift opening moment, like as in a present for me, or like a present that was given to someone?
A present that you received, and you were like so excited, and then when you saw it, I don't know, like your favorite toy or something that you were like hoping in, and you just like were running around screaming on your pajamas, something like that.
Yeah, actually I can, because like there's a lot of things that are just a blur, which just adds to the whole first world problems, the stupidity of gift giving in general and like consuming stuff. But I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and I remember some of it. I don't remember too much. All I know is that it was me and my oldest cousin, who's about 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
And I had wanted a big pink Barbie doll camper van for so long, and I've been asking for ages, and I just didn't think I was gonna get it because they had hidden it away and they'd put all the soft packs, like, you know, the clothes and everything underneath the tree. I was so sad because I was like, it's a giant square box, you can't miss it. It's not there, I'm not gonna get it. And then as the last present of the night, when everything else was open and I thought it was over, they brought it out. And they had hidden it in my parents' room. And I was just so excited about it. It's this big pink, it's just, I don't even know where it went in the end. Probably used it to death, but it was big enough to fit like Barbie family inside it, and it had like camper equipment and stuff. I loved that thing so much, and that's the only thing that really popped into my head when you said that. I was like, yeah, that was a big moment for me. That
is so cool. You know, it is so funny because if you have kept that toy under condition right now, it might worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I do have some toys. Like, I have the Death Star from the 90s. That's like, if you pull it open, there's Tatooine inside.
Wow.
That was also a Christmas present, and I still have that. I found it on the attic the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I need that. So it's on my shelf now.
That's so cool. Yeah, it is so interesting that you realize that some of the toys that you have, if you have them right now, there could be worth some money. I mean, I get so angry whenever I remember like some of the toys that I basically destroyed because I was a kid, and now to see that those toys right now they're worth thousands, I'm like, why? You know. But it's, you know, I mean, when you're kids, I mean, you just don't care about money or anything like that. I mean, you just want to have fun, you know. And it's so interesting because like the mind of a kid. I mean, he can basically create a world, let's say, with a lighter, you know, and he will create this massive world, and it is so cool. And I do love it, and I do hate that whenever we become whenever we start to grow up, little by little we start to detach from that innocence and that simplicity of things in which you could just create awesome things by having nothing. You know what I mean?
That's the beauty of getting to be an actor and having that as a profession, though, because you kind of get to keep a lot of that imagination alive. And I do have a vast imagination. It's just that when you grow up, you kind of, as you get older, it's kind of like the society expects you to act a certain way. You're not no longer it's no longer accepted for you to walk around like you live in a fantasy world or play with Barbie dolls or stuff like that. If you do that as an adult, it's actually like people think you're weird, which I find a little bit sad because having that imagination and keeping it alive is part of the magic. So as an actor, I really enjoy being able to do that and create imaginary worlds.
Yeah.
Well, we do have scripts and stuff, but you know, around the script, you have to create the rest because it's just words on a page otherwise. Totally. And it's the same with books, you know, if you read fantasy books, you can, in your head, you're picturing all of these things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't enjoy reading at all. So the imagination is still there, you're just not playing with dolls and stuff. And usually just keep everything mint in box when you're an adult.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is so sad whenever that happens. I mean, yeah, I do get that. I mean, like the other day I was just walking and then there was this Lego store, and I got like, what? They opened a new one, and I got like so excited, and I was just like walking around and checking it, and a friend of mine was like, dude, and then a friend of mine was like, dude, we're not 10 anymore, and I'm like, shh.
Wow. Like, just just don't even go there. Like, people who say that to me just piss me off. I'm like, I'm not judging you for anything that you do. Don't judge me for things that I want to do. I mean, I have fun with this. And besides, someone has actually said that investing in Lego is better than investing in gold at the moment because some of the Lego sets, if you keep them mint in box, are worth so much money. And some, even if you look at the Millennium Falcon, the first one that came out in Lego, even if it's not mint in box, even if it's assembled, it now goes for so much money. So it's like, you know, my hobbies make me a ton of money in 20 years. What are your hobbies gonna do, you know?
Yeah, and also, I mean, they look super cool. Yeah, the other day I saw this guy who create the whole scenery from Star Wars: The Force Awakens when this general, I mean, I forgot the name, is giving the speech, and all the troops are like there. I mean, he literally spent it. I mean, of course, he spent like a lot of money, but he basically created that scenery on Legos. It looked beautiful.
That's so cool.
He was looking so cool, and I was just like, "That's so cool." And then this other guy he spent thousands upon thousands of dollars to create his own clone army, and then he got like the ships and kind of the assault ships and different type of clones. I mean, that was so cool.
Yeah, I don't build the Lego myself, but my partner, he does. So some sets we keep unopened, and some he's like, I have to build it. I got him the pirate ship from the Lego movie. So he built that one, even though it would probably have been worth a lot more mint in box. But we're gonna put it into a big glass case and have it like, you know, the modeling ships, and just use it as decoration in the house.
I love it. Make sure whenever you have it, take a picture. Let me know.
I will.
Sounds like a plan. So, tell me, what is a Christmas song that usually makes you cringe?
A Christmas song that makes me cringe? Oh my gosh. It makes me cringe? I really like Christmas songs, but you know what? I do find Christmas, like, when we were kids, we had, I don't know if you guys have that tradition, but we had like a Christmas tree, and then we're supposed to hold hands and go around in circles around the Christmas tree and sing Christmas songs. It was a tradition. I don't know if that's normal for you guys.
No, I never did that though.
No, we do. I don't know if we do anymore. At least we don't do at home because we don't really have enough room to go around the Christmas tree. Yeah. But I always found that really cringy because I was really shy as a kid. I still am shy and awkward. So for me to be like having to hold hands with a bunch of people and run around in circles and sing, it just felt awkward to me. So maybe not a Christmas song. I don't know. I listen to Christmas music from about mid-November to mid-January. I really like Christmas music, even like Last Christmas and All I Want for Christmas Is You, all of that stuff. I don't know. I find them cheery, so I don't really have one that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Okay, that is cool. That's cool. I mean, I do have a couple of, and also I hate that. I mean, we are in October, and then when you go to the mall, you start to see Christmas things, and you're like, dude, we're not even in November yet. What's wrong with you? You know, like, I hate when that happens, and they already put all the scenery as Christmas, and you're like, dude, I mean, we're still in October. You know, I mean, I understand they did it for marketing and whatever. That's fine, but I just don't like it. I'm like, come on, really? And then they will put like the same Christmas soundtrack, and then like it doesn't matter which store you go, you will be hearing that, and then and then inside you feel like it's Christmas, but when you leave it, you're like, wait a minute, we're not even in November yet, you know? So
yeah, I get that. Like, I mean, it shouldn't start before Halloween is over because Halloween deserves all the attention, but 1st of November, I'm perfectly fine. We decorated the tree about mid-November and put up all the Christmas decorations as well. I think it's great because it's so dark here as well. Like, we have the snow, we have the darkness. Something as simple as putting up a Christmas tree and lighting the candles, it just brings up the spirit a little. So it helps me keep away the winter depression.
Okay. And when you were decorating your Christmas tree, did you use some of your Star Wars stuff?
No, I don't have too much geeky stuff for the tree just yet. Mostly just hand-me-down Christmas decorations from my mom. But I'm really happy with it. Like, it's a plastic tree as well because it's gonna be up from mid-November till about mid-January.
Yeah,
So yeah, I wouldn't mind having like an actual Christmas tree because it smells nice, but it doesn't last very long. So yeah.
Yeah, you know, maybe for the next Christmas you could put on the top of the tree your stormtroop helmet.
Yeah, maybe I should eventually aim to have a collection of geeky Christmas decorations. I actually would prefer to have, you know, a Harry Potter themed kind of.
Oh yeah.
Because Harry Potter is Christmas to me. Because the first few films came out around Christmas time, and it's just part of the whole Christmas tradition. We watch every single one of the Harry Potter movies starting early December all the way through, and then we film with the Lord of the Rings. And Star Wars is more of the time after Christmas and Christmas break, because we would always go to the movies and see Star Wars, the newest one, in the theaters. So Harry Potter tree, I think, would be very magical, but we will see. We will see.
There you go. You know, last Christmas. Okay, so last Christmas. So my family, they love to, you know, to set up like the tree, and also, you know, like I don't know like the word in English, so I'll try to describe it. That they would put like these figurines in order to represent the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have the stable and the
yeah, like all of those stuff, right? All of that stuff. So my mom has it.
We have one of them too.
Okay. So my mom was doing that, right? And then she made it, and it was looking beautiful, right? It was looking really cool. Then the tree, and then I just watched it. I was like, it needs something, and I didn't say anything. I was like, okay. And I left, and then the moment we were like having dinner and then opening the gift, my mom noticed something, and so what ended up happening, you know what? Let me show you, because I have it here. It's there.
Oh.
Yeah. let me show it to you real quick. So what ended up happening is that I put this thing.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. And then when my mom saw it, she was like, wait a minute. I was like, what is it? And then she was like, what is this? And I'm like, that's Deadpool. And what is wrong with that? And what is wrong with you? And I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, he's giving a turkey. What's the problem? It looks cool. And she was so pissed, but everybody was laughing. And we kept it there. Yeah, she wanted to take it out. I was like, no, we leave it there. I mean, it's kind of, you know, like our own thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I did a gingerbread house last year. We were gonna make a regular one, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna make a regular one. I am gonna just invent a Hobbit house. So I made a full-on Hobbit house gingerbread. Without any measurements or anything. I was just like, okay, it looks about this, and then I just carved it out and I shaped it. I think I put the final result up on my TikTok and also my Instagram. But it was last year, so it's like a while back. And then I put like little Lego figures of the Fellowship and of Bilbo and stuff all around.
That is cool.
It was so fun. I kind of want to make Hagrid's cabin this year, but I'm a little bit like, I don't know if I'm even gonna have time to make a gingerbread house this year. It's just too much stuff happening. So we will see.
That's cool. Now, what is your favorite Christmas dessert?
My favorite
Christmas dessert.
Christmas dessert.
Yeah.
I think it's called rice pudding in English. Is it called rice pudding? It's
rice pudding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this white, creamy sort of rice sort of thing.
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah, here in Mexico is arroz con leche. So
yeah. That's probably my favorite Christmas dessert. I don't like cakes and stuff, and gingerbread it's okay in small doses, but the rice pudding with the little bit sour sort of jam sauce I love it.
Okay. And if you had to be in a Christmas movie, which one would you choose?
I think I want to say The Holiday, because I love Love Actually and Die Hard, but The Holiday has this vibe of just happiness and bliss, and yes, it starts off a little bit sad, but I both love the idea of going to Los Angeles and spend Christmas there, getting to know this old film director, and I love the idea of going to England and living in a cottage, you know. So it's a sweet story that ends really well, and I like it.
Okay. And what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Favorite Christmas movie? Oh my goodness. I would have to say Love Actually. It's a cliche, but it's just a good movie.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And then Three Nuts for Cinderella as well. I have to see that over Christmas. I think it's called Tri Uristi Propelku or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but that's like the original.
Yeah. Okay.
But
That's so cool. That's so cool. You know, the movie that I would choose would be Die Hard.
Die Hard, yeah. To be in or to watch?
Both. Why not?
Well, I don't know. It feels a little violent. I am a survivalist, and I like to, you know, be prepared, and I have my lifesaver and everything.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if I would want to actually experience being a part of. It doesn't go too well for the people in the Christmas party, does it? Anyway, Die Hard is a good movie. Yes, it is, and it is a Christmas movie, 100%. But I don't know if I would actually be part of the movie.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, well, I mean, if you put it that way, I mean, it depends. If I'm one of the extras who died, yeah, no, hell no.
No.
Yeah. No. Then on that case, you know what? I would choose Elf.
Oh, yes.
With Will Ferrell, yeah, I would choose that one instead. Yeah.
It's a funny movie. It's a good movie. Sometimes I feel like the humor, like, it's a little over the edge for me. Usually I love Will Ferrell and I love all the movies that he's in, but it's kind of like I watch them and then I need a break before I watch them again. But Elf is a very sweet movie. I actually saw it for the first time last Christmas, and I was like, oh, why haven't I seen this before? It's very charming. It's a very cool story. So yeah, it's nice.
Love it. I love it. If you could design your own Christmas sweater, what would it look like?
Oh, my own Christmas sweater.
Yeah, it's time to go all out. So.
But I have so many cool ones. Like I have this one.
That's so cool.
Which is Christmas is coming, and then I have one with Pickle Rick that says "Boom, Christmas all the way," and then I have one that has like little Zelda 8-bit figures running across the sweater.
Okay.
And my partner has one that has like, because there's this national dish, I guess you can say, in Norway that a lot of people weirdly eat for Christmas, which they shouldn't, but it's this pizza called Grandiosa, and it's this cardboard sort of shitty sort of frozen pizza, but everybody loves it, and some people eat it for Christmas here.
Interesting.
So he has a Christmas sweater that has like pizza slices all over it, which is very cool. But I don't know if I would design my own. It would probably have elves all over it, like not elves as in Santa's elves, but Lord of the Rings stuff happening.
Okay.
It would be green because it's my favorite color.
Okay. And you know what? You could go like all out, like elves from Lord of the Rings with lightsabers, and the elves from Harry Potter with blasters on it, and Harry Potter. You know, you could go all out.
Yeah, I suppose it could be like, you know, the iconic image of them all coming over the ridge with all the like silhouettes, but they all had Santa hats on them instead.
Oh yeah.
And on the back you'd have like a big laughing Gandalf, but with a Christmas hat.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Something like that. Could be a stormtrooper with
Yeah, pretty classic.
Yeah, but I've seen that already. There's quite a few Star Wars Christmas sweaters. I think there are so many good ones out there, so I don't know.
Okay.
Either it would be something funny that would start a conversation where people would be like, "Man, I love your sweater. Like, what's going on there?" You know?
Yeah. Okay. And if you had to choose between play outside, build a snowman and sled, or stay inside, drinking hot chocolate and reading a good book, which one would you choose?
The latter, for sure. Like, I mean, some days I get inspired and I go outside and I build a snow cave and I have fun. But I prefer to stay inside, have a fire lit, and drink hot chocolate or coffee. Read a good book or play a game. That would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you could describe your career, but on a Christmas movie, which one would you pick?
A career as a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I can only really think of those 3 Christmas movies. What more is there? I think the Polar Express.
The Polar Express?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Now, can you share a Christmas story?
I can. I have one prepared, actually.
We're good to go. Love it.
Let me just get my script ready.
You know what? If you watch my puppy right now, you will be laughing. What is wrong with him?
What?
That my puppy. I mean, he's right now laying on the bed, but he's right now laying in the most weird way possible. So it's so funny because he has like his toy, so he's sleeping, but with his toy biting it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And like he's like with a paw. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
But they do that. Sometimes you look over at your pet and you're just like, you're the weirdest thing ever. But I love them so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, I'm gonna read a sad Christmas story, but it's one of my favorite ones because I heard it first when I was very young, and it had a profound impact on me, the way that I think in my life.
Okay.
And it's The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. And yeah, I'll just jump into it.
So,
I don't know about part, so I will read. Get settled in, kids, and have your hot chocolate ready, and let's get into it. It was so terribly cold. Snow was falling, and it was almost dark. Evening came on, the last evening of the year. In the cold and gloom, a poor little girl, bareheaded and barefoot, was walking through the street. Of course, when she had left her house, she had slippers on. But what good had they been? They were very big slippers, way too big for her, for they belonged to her mother. The little girl had lost them running across the road where 2 carriages had rattled by terribly fast. One slipper she'd not been able to find again, and a boy had run off with the other, saying he would use it as a cradle one day when he had children of his own. And so the little girl walked on her naked feet, which were quite red and blue with the cold. In an old apron she carried several packages of matches, and she held a box of them in her hand. No one had bought any from her all day long, and no one had given her a cent. Shivering with cold and hunger, she crept along, a picture of misery, the poor little girl. The snowflakes fell on her long fair hair, which hung pretty curls over her neck. In all the windows, lights were shining, and there was a wonderful smell of roast goose, for it was New Year's Eve. Well, she thought of that. In a corner formed by 2 houses, one of which projected farther out into the street than the other, she sat down and drew up her little feet under her. It was getting colder and colder, but did not dare to go home, for she had sold no matches, nor earned a single cent, and her father would surely beat her. Besides, it was cold at home, for they had nothing over them but a roof, through which the wind whistled, even though the biggest cracks had been stuffed with straw and rags. Her hands were almost dead with cold. How much one little match might warm her. If she could only take one from the box and rub it against the wall and warm her hands. She drew one out. Wretch. Wretch. How it sputtered and burned. It made a warm, bright flame, like a candle, as she held her hands over it. But it gave a strange light. It really seemed to the little girl as if she was sitting before a great iron stove with shining brass knobs and a brass cover. How wonderfully the fire burned. How comfortable it was. The youngster stretched out her feet to warm her too. Then the little flame went out. The stove vanished, and she had only the remains of the burnt match in her hand. She struck another match against the wall. It burned brightly, and when the light fell upon the wall, it became transparent like a thin veil, and she could see into a room. On the table, a snow-white cloth was spread, and on it stood a shining dinner service. The roast goose seemed gloriously stuffed with apples and prunes. And what was still better, the goose jumped down from the dish and waddled along the floor with a knife and fork in its breast, right over to the little girl. Then the match went out, and she could only see the thick cold wall. So she lit another match. Then she was sitting under the most beautiful Christmas tree. It was much larger and much more beautiful than the ones she'd seen last Christmas through the glass door at the rich merchant's home. Thousands of candles burned on the green branches, and colored pictures like those in the print shops looked down on her. The little girl reached both her hands towards them. And then the match went out. But the Christmas lights mounted higher. She saw them now bright as stars in the sky. One of them fell down, forming a long line of fire. Now someone is dying, the little girl thought. For her old grandmother, the only person who had ever loved her, and who was now dead, had told her that when a star fell down, a soul went up to God. She rubbed another match against the wall. It became bright again, and in the glow, the old grandmother stood clear and shining, kind and lovely. "Grandmother," cried the child, "oh, take me with you. I know you will disappear when the match is burned out. You will vanish like the warm stove, the wonderful roast goose, and the beautiful big Christmas tree." And she quickly struck the whole bunch of matches, for she wished to keep her grandmother with her. And the matches burnt with such a glow that it became brighter than daylight. Grandmother had never been so grand and beautiful. She took the little girl in her arms, and both of them flew into brightness and joy above the earth, very, very high up. And up there was neither cold, nor hunger, nor fear. They were with God. But in the corner, leaning against the wall... What is going on here? That was an ad for you.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's go.
But in the corner, leaning against the wall, sat the little girl with red cheeks and a smiling mouth. She had frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. The New Year's sun rose upon the little figure. The child sat there, stiff and cold, holding the matches, one of which was almost burned. She wanted to warm herself, the people said. No one imagined what beautiful things she had seen, and how happily she had gone with her old grandmother into the new year. The end.
That was
very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like it gives. It was sad. Anyway, but it was cool. I loved it. It was very nice. Yeah, and I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty profound story. It kind of reminds you that there are still people out there struggling, and especially around Christmas, it's very clear. It becomes almost more painful, especially if you're lonely or if you can't afford to buy presents for your kids, or and it's just the first time I heard it, it had an effect on me, and the more I listened to it, the more I read it, the more it jolted my mind and my thoughts.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to pick 3 words to describe this past year, which one would you choose?
3 words. Testing.
Okay.
Or challenging, I guess you can say. Awakening.
Okay.
And grinding. Because it's been a long year. It's been a rough year with the COVID and the lockdowns, and especially trying to be an international actress. It's very difficult when the whole world shuts down and you can't even get to a neighboring country because the borders are shut. Lots of lessons learned, lots of work done, because when you're being forced to sort of go to your room by nature, you kind of sit there and you do a lot of stuff from your laptop or in your mind, or so I think that this year I've laid the groundwork of what is going to be my next 10 years for my life, pretty much.
Okay. And my last question here is, what are some of the things that you are expecting for next year? And also, what are some of the things that we can expect from you next year?
I never really expect, I have goals and I have plans, but I never really expect anything, because I like to keep it interesting, I guess. I have hopes, of course, and I'm hoping that I will be a lot more international and do acting work. I do know that one thing you can expect is some pretty big news from my end. But I can't talk too much about it yet. And I'm hoping that big news is going to lead to more big news, which is going, because what I've been trying to do this whole year is to try and get the ball rolling so that next year is just going to keep going, hopefully. Working hard towards that, hoping for more bigger international roles in TV series, movies, maybe some games, and a lot of content. And also, I've been publishing a few books lately, and it's not like, I'm not an author, but I made a planner for film people, and it's like a weekly planner. It's kind of like a bullet point diary, with like weekly planners, monthly budgets, a whole bunch of stuff. And then I've done the same for like film people or film crew, filmmakers, and then I've done one specifically for actors. And then I have made a production manager book that's like, it's everything that you need to be a production manager for a production that's going to last 2 months or so, and then you have to get a new one. But I've done a few of those, so hopefully I will keep publishing some books and make more podcasts and just more content.
There you go. I'm speechless with your career, basically, because it is so cool, and I'm super sure that at some point we're gonna basically see you and hear you everywhere. I mean, we're talking U.S., Germany, Japan, Mexico, Argentina, China. I mean, I'm super sure that eventually that day is gonna happen. And who knows? Maybe at some point you will get like your own action figure. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Actually, I don't know. I think it would be. I would have to play a very specific, like, pop culture character. Either both the game character, or I would have to, like, be someone important in, like, say, the Wheel of Time. Like, we know there are going to be pop figures from the Wheel of Time. We know that there are going to be pop figures when the Lord of the Rings movie or show comes out next year. We know that this is going to happen. So it's something like that, you know. I'd have to be, I don't know, the next Legolas or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, I'm coming for all the Comic-Cons, and hopefully one day I will get to sit on the panel as well. Somewhere, at some point.
Absolutely. I mean, that's gonna happen. I mean, that is obvious that it's gonna happen. I mean, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but definitely something that it will happen super soon. And I mean, also the public is super excited about it. And yeah, I'm super sure that it's gonna happen, because the fact that you're super talented, and the fact that you just, and the fact that you're doing what you love, it is really cool, you know, and that you want to get more attention, and that you're actually doing it, and that you have been involved in so many cool things. I remember the first interview we made talking about your career. I mean, while I was checking all of the projects here, I mean, you have done everything, you know, music videos to movies to play to some video games here and there. I mean,
yeah, it's been an interesting journey so far. I can't wait to see what happens next. I was always worried, because I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, that looks exciting, let's do that. And then I'm like, and someone asks me, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun, let's go do that. And then I'm like, oh, let's do TikTok. Oh, let's make YouTube. Oh, let's learn how to spin a lightsaber. Oh, you know, and I'm everywhere, and I'm super geeky, and I collect things, and I do cosplay, but I also act, and I love to make content. I love to write content. And I've always sort of worried that, you know, shouldn't I really be focusing on just one thing and get really good at that? Are people gonna look at me and be like, no, because you know how you see influencers who suddenly are in a movie and you're just like, that doesn't seem right, because she's not an actor or he's not an actor, and then you're just a little bit confused by the whole thing. But I'm doing everything, and I'm trying to learn everything, and I'm just worried that like, me doing everything is gonna ruin what I really want. But at the same time, I don't want to do it if they don't want me as I am. So I don't know. But you know what? I mean, you are doing everything. I mean, think about it. You are doing basically everything, and also the music here as well. I remember on your YouTube channel, I think there is some music there. Yeah, it's been a while since I've updated. That's like my biggest. It's not regret or shame. It's just I feel bad because I should be updating that as well. But I just really, really, really freaking hate editing movies. Like, cutting them and putting them together and adding music is the worst thing. Like, if I had enough money to pay other people to do that, I would. And then I would be making YouTube all the time, because I love filming stuff and I love making, like, coming up with the ideas, but putting it all together, not so much. So I have, but I haven't posted it yet.
I mean, I'm super sure that something huge, something epic, something super amazing is coming soon, because I mean, the fact that you're preparing with everything, and that you don't know, and that you know how to do so many things, that gives like a plus, you know. And the fact that you're so flexible of doing singing, but I also do TikTok, and I also do moves with the lightsaber, and I also act, and I also, you know, all of those things. I do believe that that everybody can appreciate them more, because you are not closing the door for anything, you know. You are just opening for every new adventures and every new thing that you can learn, and that's cool, you know.
I'd like to think that once I do get like a breakthrough role of some sort, there will probably be someone at some point, like my manager or my agent, that will be like, okay, we need to sort of make your content a little more exclusive, or not like be a little bit more focused on different things, and they might give me advice on what to do, but I'm never going to let that sort of change me into being something I'm not. But hey, you know, I mean, if Disney wants to hire me for their next movie, I can already twirl a lightsaber, so please hire me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it is so cool and awesome and amazing, and also I wanna thank the fact that you are working hard to bring us such epic content. That takes a lot of time and a lot of it takes like a lot of time, and the fact that you're doing it is really cool. And also, I want to thank those who are watching this right now. I mean, thank you so much. But also, if you're watching this later on YouTube or listening to this later on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure that you're following Nikoline and all of her social media. Normally, what I would say is for you to put pause, then leave a like, subscribe, follow me. It helps me a lot, really. And then eat a cookie or two, or the whole box, and blame the dog or the next person who's next to you, and then come back, and then go follow this amazing, talented, super badass actor. I mean, let's make her trendy. Let's make sure the whole world knows about her. Also, let's make a lot of hashtags for Disney. You know, Star Wars. You know, maybe for the next like Star Wars Eclipse project. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, if I could be a stormtrooper, I wouldn't mind. Like, I don't need FaceTime. I just need to be there. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's make sure that we make her trendy right now or later if you're watching this. Like whenever you're watching this, make her trendy. Yeah, exactly. And again, thank you so much. Before I send you off, you know the drill. I need to send you off properly in an epic, super badass way.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
And keep killing it because you are doing it amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.